Okay, so it's day 31 of my Bitcoin daily dollar cost average. And as you can see, if you've been following, it's pretty much stayed flat, which in a way is kind of good because if you're not fully invested, if you don't have a lot in it, if it would have went up a lot, you would have missed out on a lot of the gains because, you didn't have a lot of money in it. So again, this is, again, one of the advantages of daily dollar cost averaging is, you're going in very conservatively. You're using the volatility to your advantage. There hasn't been a huge spike up or down. I would have liked to have seen it down. I would have liked to have been buying on the way down, but there's still a lot of time left. So we'll see how it goes. So again, the same procedure. We're going to do the conversion, go from the stablecoin DAI over to Bitcoin, $333. Convert. Okay, there you have it. So, yeah, we'll take a look at it. The portfolio. I don't think that's updated, though. For some reason, my internet connection is very slow today. Anyway, so yeah, there's approximately 17, just under 17% in Bitcoin. Again, I still have that Cosmos and Chainlink and Algorand, but just a little, 1.8%, 1.86% of the portfolio, 1% and 0.9% of the portfolio, respectively, in these altcoins here. So, yeah, it's just, moving right along. It's nothing too exciting at this point. And go over to YouTube, just see what's going on there. Okay, so we have, again, I just like to look at the headlines first. Bitcoin price warning. Don't let BTC fool you. Okay, so I don't know if this is positive or negative. We might listen to this one today. I like to give different people a chance to say their piece. So this was 5 hours ago. So I guess this is fairly recent. This one's 4 hours ago. Here's Cryptos R Us. We've heard from him before, and again, I think he seems pretty good. But I'm just gonna try to get a wider array of analysts speaking. We have this guy again. This was from yesterday. I don't know if I want to watch this, but we can watch. I don't know, but I think we'll watch the first guy, and then Bull Run 3.0, most prosperous Bitcoin run ever, and this is that BitBoy crypto, and this was 16 hours ago. So again, very recent. So again, this is why I keep saying the same thing. Like, you have this guy. We're going to go in Bull Run 3.0. So it's going to be, according to these headlines, I would assume we're going to be into something that we've never seen before, according to him. And, so he's essentially saying, crypto gains still ahead. Most prosperous Bitcoin bull run ever. So he's saying it's going to take off. Then you get this guy, stop buying it. Bitcoin is the worst. You know what I mean? Like, it's so hard to, it's so hard to make sense of this. And again, that's why I keep preaching the same thing. And it is not financial advice, but don't, like, going in there gangbusters with a huge amount of money. This is way too volatile, and you use the volatility to your advantage. So, anyways, we'll just listen to what this guy has to say. I haven't heard it yet, and just to make sure that, again, we're getting different points of view. Hopefully, see, but the problem is a lot of these people, they're just self-proclaimed analysts. Like, but the thing is, some of these guys could have lots of legitimate knowledge, but I'd be willing to bet a lot of them are just, they're just people who, again, they're self-proclaimed, like, oh, I'm an analyst of Bitcoin. Like, I know it. Like, how do you know it? You know what I mean? Like, but then again, just because a guy's on Wall Street doesn't mean he knows everything. Those guys are wrong all the time. But it just, essentially, you listen to different people's point of view, and then you come up with your own conclusion. Like, the way I look at it is they might be saying something that you've never thought of. And you're like, oh, I've never thought of that point of view. Then you take it to the next step. Like, then you do your own research and you look at it yourself, right? Like, I'm not saying just take what these guys say at face value and run with it. But like, I think it's always important, just in anything in life, is just to hear different people's points of view, look at it, then you come up with your own conclusion. That's it. But like I said, like, I was just listening to one guy this morning, actually, and he was saying that, like, the resistance line has pretty much been solidified, because I think it was on a 30-day moving average. It's not breaking the resistance line. Like, it's pretty much found its bottom. So I'm not really a huge technical analyst, but essentially what that means is that once the price, again, this is according to a hardcore technical analyst, once its resistance line has pretty much been solidified, like, it's indicative of something that's ready to move up, because it's tested its bottom several times, and once it's pretty much established, like, this is as low as it's going to get, then it's going to start moving up, right? That's what one person was saying, again, and I'm not saying that's the gospel truth, but that is essentially what was being said. And I've heard that, like, I used to work as a professional trader on Bay Street in Toronto, and that's just basic technical analysis 101. Like, it's not like Albert Einstein stuff, but I don't really follow technicals, right? But there's some people who they swear by it. But anyways, and again, there's all different styles, right? It's like playing an instrument or something like that. Some guys are highly, highly technical. Other guys are more feel based. Some guys are more, they're more song based. Other guys, they rely mostly on scales and arpeggios and all this sort of stuff. But some people are highly, highly technical analysis driven. Like, they don't care what the name of the stock or the investment, the commodity or something like crypto is. They just look at charts and they'll say, okay, this one's going to move. And so in a way, they're kind of more objective, because they're not looking at it from emotion. Like, they don't fall in love with the stock or anything. They just look at charts and they say, okay, this one has the signs that it's gonna take off. They just read charts. And again, it's from establishing, the floor. Once it's pretty much built its resistance line, they can tell you, okay, this thing's not going to go down anymore. It's ready to move. That's what a technical analyst does. But anyway, so we'll listen to this guy and just hear what he has to say. And, I'll interject where I see fit. Yeah, my internet connection is kind of slow right now, but
after weeks of consolidation, ultimately 25% to the downside. Is Bitcoin out of the woods? Or are there some areas we still need to watch on the charts to get that ultimate bullish confirmation? What is up, everyone? Welcome to Crypto Capital Venture. Hit that subscribe, hit that like, turn the notification bells on for the very best Bitcoin technical analysis. I do videos every day, everybody. I appreciate you cruising by. Let's jump into the Bitcoin video. It's the 6 told, and we do videos every day. And
Anyway, so my internet for some reason is really slow right now. So, but I was, just picking up a little bit of this, and essentially, like he's saying what I was saying before, like it's basically, it's basically what he's saying is that it's all the chart patterns are pretty much saying the same thing, that it's going to start moving forward
to extreme bullish confirmation. Before we talk about what's happening on the charts, just to give you a little bit of, reminder, I'm sure you have it in the back of your mind. Senate passes $1.9 trillion COVID relief bill. House Democrats plan final approval Tuesday. It's most likely going to get approved, everybody. So this is happening. And just disregarding and putting aside the total lack of respect that this government has for fiat, things are looking really bullish because markets are going to respond to this. We're coming out of a pandemic. Markets are going to respond to that. Unemployment is going to begin coming down. Markets are going to respond to that. Growth wages likely to be going up. Markets are going to be responding to that. These very key, fundamentally bullish things that are going to affect all markets will make its way into this deflationary asset called Bitcoin. And this is an important thing on the screen. Don't forget it. The halving countdown. Diminishing supply.
So anyways, essentially what he's saying is that because of the stimulus checks that are going to be coming out, this to me is just ridiculous, that when your whole economy is make or break on getting a welfare check, like this is the ultimate in stupidity as far as I'm concerned. But if this is what we're in, this is what we're in. There's really nothing we can do about it. But the government's going to be giving you fake, phony fiat money. And this is going to be the main driver for the economy. It used to be the economy was driven by productivity, so on and so forth, a strong economy. Now it's all based on getting stuff for nothing from a phony currency. I guess the currency's always been kind of phony, but what I'm saying is it's starting to show in the charts that, it looks like Bitcoin's set to blow up. Because like he's saying, eventually they're going to come out of the pandemic, which will lead to actual real growth in the economy. Plus, you're going to be getting all kinds of stimulus checks, coming out all at the same time. So you're going to get like a bump as far as free money. Then the economy is actually organically going to take care of itself. So there should be a sweet spot for a while. As far as a bump in cryptos is concerned. But again, like it's, I guess fundamentally it doesn't really make much sense, but I can see what he's saying. Pragmatically, this is what's going to happen. So, but that doesn't mean it's going to last forever. Like once these stimulus checks and all that stuff stop, which they will, the government always, one thing I've always noticed is they always get their money back. They'll just jack things up. Like you'll get taxed in other areas and whatnot. It's not going to, like they don't lose, right? So, but what he's saying basically is in the short term that you're going to see price movements in currency, because a lot of people, they're saying, especially the young people, as soon as they get those stimulus checks, they throw it into Bitcoin or any altcoin or whatever the case may be. But we'll see. Like it's going to be interesting to see what happens as far as this is concerned. But yeah, I can't really run it because I'm having issues with my internet right now. So and again, like he's saying, this is like the Bitcoin clock showing when the next halving is. So it's 1,055 days, 6 hours, 24 minutes or whatever it is, and 15 seconds from the next halving. So that's like 3 years from now, approximately. And we can find out for sure. So it's like 1. So yeah, it's 3.16 years away from the next halving, right? But anyways, so that's essentially what's going on today. I'd like to watch this, but like I said, my internet connection isn't the best right now. But it would appear that, you know, there's a lot of bullish signs from a technical point of view and also from a fundamental point of view. You know, how he's mentioning that the stimulus checks are coming in. But that's about it. Anyways, I'll see you tomorrow and have a great day.